A lot of people, they don't like to work because if they feel like I'm working underneath someone else, like I don't want a boss, you get me? But sometimes that's what's necessary to get, as you said, fuel money.
We're taught to actually be like, alright, cool, use your salary to fund your lifestyle.
Yeah.
But the real goal is to let literally your assets purchase your lifestyle. I feel like a lot of people in our generation right now are showing the beginning. Their main, like this, I'm popping out, but you're really just starting. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But when we're 25, we're gonna see who's really making this money.
Welcome back to another episode of the Energizer Podcast.
Strong.
A podcast that leaves you charged up
all the way.
Today we're with your boy Tay.
And Ty.
And today with another special guest. Introduce yourself,
My name's Elijah and I'm a property negotiator.
That's
strong. That's what I want to hear.
Strong.
Property negotiator, young black king. Let's get into it.
Winning. Alright, cool. So we're all on game. We're all think on the same type of level. We're all success orientated. Do you get me? Today we're going to be discussing all topics revolving around money, assets, do you get me, that financial freedom type of thing, do you get me? So quickly, what's your definition, both of you, of an asset?
Something that you own or control that puts money in your pocket.
I hear it. What about you, bro?
I'd say again, so like, just a second what Elijah said, an asset is something that pulls back in, and then a liability is something that pulls out, obviously, by the money.
Yeah, strong. Obviously, I ain't got a different definition because that's what an asset is, isn't it? Something that goes into your pocket.
I got a question, and this is to open stage to both of you guys here, like, what's your opinion, or not even what's your opinion, how aggressively are you guys trying to obtain assets as
Big
of right
time.
now?
To me, I run it big. Financial independence is something that I push for. I feel like having a salary is great, but it's about freedom and getting your freedom to having financial independence, isn't it?
Strong. I'll be real right now. Like obviously, I know what an asset is. Yeah, but I feel like right now I'm not going as aggressively as I could be. Do you get me? Where I've got trendset and I'm focused on that. It's like that's where my attention's at right now. But it's like I need to start diversifying my money. Do you get me? And putting it into a few different things.
Strong.
If I'm being real and honest, like I'm not gonna come in here and say, yeah, I've invested in property and I'm in this mad stock. Do you get me? That I'm not right now, but therefore I'm clued up on assets and I'm trying to get involved in.
But to be real with it, your business is an asset.
Yeah, that's what I was about to touch onto that still.
Business.
I was about to touch onto that, but I'll get onto that after still. So.
For me, I'd say as of right now, I'm not aggressively trying to chase assets. In the long term, I'm trying to chase assets, but right now I'm trying to build cash. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to, like, my perspective was like save my money, build my money to then invest into an asset, rather than me having now little expendable cash to try and get an asset. Does that make sense? So it's like, yes, to agree with you guys' point, my long goal, same as yours, is to get an asset. But in terms of right now, I'm trying to build up my knowledge, build up my making more streams of income that can then use to invest into an asset.
I feel like there's 4 different pillars of assets. Yeah, I feel like there's yourself, there's your business, there's property, and then there's stocks. Yeah, and I said that in that order for a reason. Do you get me? Like I feel like the first asset you need to invest in is yourself. Do you get me? Nothing happens without you. You're the controller of your life. So I feel like you need to invest in yourself. You're your own biggest asset. Do you get me? Then I would say it's your business. So Trendsetter is my business and it's an extension of me. Like TSL, even Trendsetter London, that's my initials. Do you get me? TSL. So my business is an extension of me. So that's what I'm invested in next. Do you get me? Then once that's sorted, I'm going to move into my property because that's a tangible asset that I can do loads of things with. I can rent it, I can sell the house, do you get me? And then I feel like the first thing away from that is stocks, do you get me? I feel like that's my end goal, getting involved in stocks. But I feel like yourself, your business and your property portfolio, that's what you need to invest in first. That's me personally still.
What's your opinion on that?
Run the question again, sorry?
Yeah, no, so I was just saying that there's an order, and this ain't for you guys to follow, this is just how I see it, do you get me? Like, in terms of where I'm going to put my money, first put my money into myself. So whether that's buying courses or investing in books, you get me? Just making sure that I'm clued up. Next thing is my business because that's an extension of me. Third thing will be property because that's a tangible asset. I can rent, I can sell, I can do bare different things with it. And then the fourth and final thing I would say is stocks. Do you get me? So what do you reckon about that order of investing into those things?
No, I agree with you. I think education is first of all. And then I feel like you'd either look for either a business or you'll get into a 9 to 5 and then use that as fuel money to actually use more assets to get more assets. You know
I got that from you still.
Fuel money is a big thing.
Yeah,
it's a big
fuel
thing.
Fuel money. A lot of people, they don't like to work because if they feel like I'm working underneath someone else, like I don't want a boss, you get me? But sometimes that's what's necessary to get, as you said, fuel money. Do you get me? I feel like a lot of people work their 9 to 5 jobs, whether it's JD, Foot Locker, cost of coffee, but they use this money to go and buy new trainers. Do you get me? Where this money can be invested in what you're trying to do in your life.
That's basically what I was saying before about like I'm trying to build up my cash, trying to build the fuel money so that I can go and invest it into some assets.
Yeah,
man.
100%.
I think financial preparation is key. What you were saying first of all, right? So you gotta have a 9 to 5 in it, but going forward,
I feel like you need to have fuel money to drive you to where you want to go. So say your end goal, you know me, I'm always with the analogy. So the end goal or end destination is for you to have assets, you know what I mean? In order for you to get there, you're here, your assets are here, the fuel money, aka the car in this analogy is what's gonna get you from A to B, from having no money to having an asset, you know what I mean?
100%. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do just to get to where you want to go.
Yeah,
do you get me? I didn't like working a 9 to 5 job. Do you get me? Like my first ever job, where was it? I think it was in a warehouse in the back, cold in the backside in the back of the warehouse. You get me? But I know I'm doing this for a reason. Like I'm getting this money so I can invest it in my t-shirt, so I can invest it in some new caps, some new hoodies like you're wearing. Do you get me? So as I said, sometimes you just need to do things that you don't want to do so you can get the long-term result. Do you get me?
100%.
But there are some 9 to 5s that can put you in position to win for you to get onto businesses going forward. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. For me, I would say getting a commission job would be much better. You know what I'm saying? It's just you just gotta have a game plan. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a game plan, you know what you're doing, then it can put you into other layers, other ways. But like I said, you gotta be educated, you got a network to see what you want. You know what I'm saying? There's so much opportunities out there, but it's got to be laid in for a game plan that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Going forward.
100%. 100. I feel like a game plan is necessary in anything that you're doing.
What do you think the importance is of a game plan? So like, let's go into that some more, because what is a game plan?
A game plan for me is something where you have a play. So I'm with basketball in it. So you got a play where you know, all right, cool. Where do you want to be in the next 10 years? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? You know what I'm saying? Where do you want to be in the next year? You can have an overall game plan, then you can have a game plan in your job. You gotta have an exit plan before you enter. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be like, alright, cool. I wanna be in a job for 5 years. I wanna make this much. I wanna do this much. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, cool. That's my game plan there. Cool. I'm gonna get into stocks. You know what I'm saying? Or I can get into developments. You know what I'm saying? There's so much different actual ways in it. So I'm saying a game plan is big, but overall, you just gotta push the play, man. In my eyes.
Yeah, 100%.
Strong.
So we're talking about money. We're talking about generating assets, but included in that, you've got like your social status. You know, you've got the medium, the middle class, you've got the higher upper echelon class, you've got the lower class. You get me? So my question to you lot is, a lot of people, us included, we're in that middle class. How do we break through into that upper echelon of people? Do you get me? How would you say it?
I feel like you shouldn't increase your financial commitments a bit early. So for example, getting a car, or let's say you got a salary and you got a new car, for example. You got a salary, you got a house, so you get into a mortgage. I feel like you should actually put like 2-3 years aside. You know what I'm saying? Have that cash flow, have that fuel money, put it into your investments of income producing skills, you know what I'm saying? Or business. And then from there, just go forward from there, to be honest. I feel like as a middle class, we're taught to actually be like, alright, cool, use your salary to fund your lifestyle. Yeah. But the real goal is to let literally your assets purchase your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? An asset could be a trendsetter, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For me, it could be trading. You know what I'm saying? So an income producing skill is not just about having a business. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways. You can become a plumber and have a plumbing business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways to put it. That's how I would say.
I like that.
What about you?
For me, when it comes to the whole different classes, I just feel like, bro, you know what I mean? I think it's all mentality. Do you know what I mean? So little things like your mind is the nucleus. So everyone has like a money temperature, do you know what I mean? And I feel like from past programming from our parents who might have been in that lower to middle class, for example, they might have had a cold money temperature. So in a sense where like you said, they're focused on using their salary to fund their lifestyle rather than using the salary to invest into the investments that's going to fund their lifestyle.
But it's all about your cash flow though.
Yeah.
It's all about your cash flow. I feel like a lot of people go for the salary but they don't look at their expenses. You know what I'm saying? It's all about having overall, cool, you make, I don't know, let's say you make 20k for example, or you make 2k a month, you know what I'm saying? Overall, you got to think of it, you need to have a 2-to-1 cash flow, as in like, you need to have double your expenses, your income needs to be double your expenses. That's what I personally think, because see that margin left, let's say, like I said, you make $1,000, and I don't know, your expenses are 500, that 500 can be reinvested, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. So I think my eyes, it's all about your salary, but it's not how much we make, how much you keep in it. So I think money management is a thing where I feel like we don't really talk about, but that's the entry to financial independence. That's the entry to becoming the rich class, you know what I'm saying? And the rich literally use their assets to fund their liabilities. But like I said, what we're being taught is actually get a great job, get a 9 to 5. I don't distribute it, but I just think we just forget the level of, don't forget to generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? Financial independence. So I think using our assets to liabilities and using, for example, the rich principles, you can do the small things, you know what I'm saying? You can actually have, like I said, a 9 to 5 now, and then you got, for example, trendsetter, you're paying yourself, all right, cool, you can buy that coat, you know what I'm saying, you can buy that t-shirt, start with the small things, outright your phone, you know what I'm saying, you don't have to be buying a car and certain things, it starts with the small things for rich principle. But what we tend to do, what I see in our generation is that as soon as we get that check, we think, all right, cool, let me get these trainers, you know what I'm saying, then you think, cool, I don't know, Jordan 4s, the red funnels, they're like, what, $250, you got to think how much you get paid an hour, you know what I'm saying, and then divide that, or other way around, you know what I'm saying, divide how much it is, and you will see how much hours you actually put in.
To get those trainers,
you know what I'm saying, but if you put 2 years aside, 2-3 years is not a long time, you know what I'm saying, put that aside, and it's like, alright, cool, I'm actually using my asset now. Or everyone's going on holidays now, you know what I'm saying, everyone's going on holidays, but at the same time, once you use your asset to buy your liabilities, have that delayed gratification, soon it will be done, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like a lot of people are not doing it, you know what I'm saying, I feel like you're the first, I'm the first. We all got, there's people that are killing it in your family 9 to 5 that's got the salary, but we're not pushing it. Everyone's saying generational wealth, but it's all into using your assets to fund your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's me personally, innit?
Strong, and I hope you lot took in what you said, like, for real, because you dropped on a serious game there, for real. Do you get me? Like, I feel like I've got 2 goals financially, One of my goals, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, so you can't even ask me. I just know that this is 2 of my goals, so... One of them is to make sure that my income is 4 times the amount of my expenses, do you get me? So not double, 4 times the amount, do you get me? So I know that my expenses are always covered because I'm making 4 times the amount of that, do you get me? And then my next goal is to make sure that I have enough assets to pay for my monthly expenses. So let's say I don't work 1 month, it's cool because I know that my assets can pay for that type of thing, do you get me?
Everything's cash flow, man.
Yeah, you're right. For me, jumping in there as well, like, you dropped a lot of gems in that segment, bro. Strong. For me, my main thing as an individual, and again, it's just me being transparent with everyone, with you guys, with the people watching, is like brushing up on my financial literacy, because I wasn't born being good with money. These are things I've had to learn, do you know what I mean? So little things like you said, cash flow, like if I'm getting paid X amount on a month, that's great, but it doesn't matter if my outgoings is matching what my ingoings are, do you know what I mean? So little things like, you might want to go out to eat, but there's rice at home, do you know what I mean? Because that £6.50 you're going out for now, in the long term, is not really helping, do you know what I mean, with getting to an end goal. And it's like, you gotta enjoy life according to your goals. For example, it's like, one thing I've taken on into my mindset is like, people might be like, Ty, let's go out, let's go to a club, and I know that if I go to a club on a night out, that's gonna run me about £75, drink, hotel, whatever, or tickets, let's just say, and then that £75, I can afford it because I've got more than £75 in my bank. But if I know that I want to go on holiday, for example, and a holiday is £450, now I can't afford it because that's £75 that I'm taking out of my holiday, which is what I want. You know what I mean?
I've got a question. Do you do you actually look into your finances every month?
I do.
So you know how much you make, like how much your fixed expenses are, you know what I'm saying? You know how much free money you got, how much you put aside, you know what I'm saying? And you actually know what to work with.
So this is exactly what I do, and I break it down very transparent, This is something, again, I've had to learn, so this is not financial advice, I'm not no expert, because I'm really just trying to test the waters myself and stay above flow. So it's like, at the end of every month, when I get paid, I sit down, I write out, pen to paper, I have like a folder called budgets, basically, so I write out how much money I'm making in a month for that current month, from a current month, then I write down how much my bills are, and then I write down each expense, how much is it costing me, so each bill, so whether that's insurance, that's petrol, how much to the T. I'll budget for the next month, so I'll budget, cool, I'm allowing myself an allowance of £120 petrol for this month, or £90 petrol for this month. You have £250 free money, for example, so that means that you have this money to spend on nights out, clubbing, alcohol, restaurants, chicken kitchen, whatever, do you know what I mean? So that's how I budget out my stuff. And then I have another tab for like how much money I want to put into my savings and investments as well.
I got a question. What's your reason for a savings account?
My reason for a savings account is for rainy day money.
What's as in emergency funds,
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, or is just...
just that. So I differ, like I have investments and I have savings, do you know what I mean? Because savings is just, like I said, rainy day money. Say if I go out now and my car, something happens, that's rainy day money, I've got it there. But then I have my investments, is obviously money that I'm putting to work.
So what do you feel like about investments, bro? Because I know you got an opinion on on using investments, or even having an investment account. So what do you reckon about savings?
I feel like,
not investments, so savings. When
it comes to savings, all you should actually have is an emergency savings account. So like I said, go for your expenses to the T, find out, you spend £400 a month, you know what I'm saying, on expenses, times that by 12, that should be put aside, you know what I'm saying? So if you get paid, I don't know, let's go average £1,000, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Go for your expenses, cool. £400 comes on my account, yeah? That's 600 left, you know what I'm saying? Put 10% aside of your emergency savings account away, you know what I'm saying? So 10% of 1,000 is £100, you know what I'm saying? That's £500, so you got £500 left, you know what I'm saying? So then you got to think, cool, you can reinvest that all into your dreams, but we got wants, you know what I'm saying? You want to get a trip, you may want to go on holiday, or, you know what I'm saying? You want to get trainers, you know what I'm saying? So you got to really budget yourself, so put like £100. Women are different, they got the nails and that, you know what I'm saying? But put 100, then you got £400 left, you know what I'm saying? So if you think of it, you do that from 20, you know what I'm saying? £400 a month, yeah? 12 times 4, 12, 24, 36, 48, yeah? That's 4.8 grand, you know what I'm saying? Times that by 5 years, you will see how much you have. And it's all about financial preparation, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you want to be here for cryptos, or we missed the Netflix move, or we missed the Microsoft move, but we weren't financially prepared. We're jumping into moves where I got a savings account, let me reinvest everything, you know what I'm saying? But you got to think logically, have 12 months aside, that's you clear. So you want to take that risk to become an entrepreneur or boss, you have 12 months to put in that work. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stress. I feel like a lot of people end up leaving their jobs without financially preparing. You know what I'm saying? And then going forward, you know what I'm saying? And then going forward, it's like, okay, I got to go back into it.
I must buy tat, you know what
I'm saying? But that's what I personally think in it. So like, I've kind of brought down, you've got to have minimum a 2-to-1 cash flow. You know what I'm saying? If your expenses are 500, you've got to make £1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? That's after taxes, by the way. It's not before. Don't let people that fool you. It's after taxes. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. I would say minimum 3, because you've got that budget. Let's say, I don't know, your expenses are 1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? You make 3 grand. That 2 grand you can actually reinvest. Put 2 years aside. Don't get the trainers. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow social media. I feel like a lot of people in our generation right now are showing the beginning. Their main, like, this, I'm popping out, but you're really just starting. There's nothing wrong with it. But when we're 25, we're gonna see who's really making this money. You know what I'm saying? But it's about putting that money aside. You know what I'm saying? It's not putting that money aside from young. You know what I'm saying? You can be 21 and doing it. You can be 18. The younger you put money aside, the earliest you do it when it comes to skill sets going forward, you're gonna put in the work. And I feel like a lot of people get into, for example, a clothesman. Once you study the game, you know, cool, it could take you 5 years to blow. You know what I'm saying? With me in trading, like, I know, cool, it will take 6 to 8 years to blow. So I'm still reinvesting. You know what I'm saying? I'm open to FDM on certain things, but I'm saying overall, you just got to prepare, but you got to have a wide knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Strong. First of all, strong.
You know what? Wait, we're gonna pause. I'm gonna smudge you. You know what? This is $1 million worth of game, £1 million worth of game. And I feel like a lot of people, they wait until they're in a good financial position to learn how to use their money. Do you know what I mean? But you can learn these principles now, even if you're working like a part-time job. Do you get me? You can still do the same principles that bro is saying now, even if you're making £500 a month. Do you get me? You can divide this money up and put it into different accounts. Do you get me?
It's all about compounding, bro.
100.
Let me jump in there as well. I feel like the fundamental thing that you said, when you really break down what you just said there, is the power of thinking long term. That's what I was hearing.
Delayed gratification.
Like delayed gratification, like you said, you're starting a new venture, whether that's trading, whether that's someone trying to be a YouTuber, whatever. Understanding that this is not an overnight thing. I'm not going to have X amount of figures in my bank account overnight, or maybe within 12 to 24 months. But like you said, when you put on the 6 to 8 years lens now, the 3 to 5 years, the 3 years plus lens now things are looking really better. Do you know what I mean? And then you understand, like, the things you're doing now, is it really congruent and helping you get to that end goal? That's what I was talking about the £75 going clubbing when my goal is for the 450 holiday. Is it worth it? Do you know what I mean?
And going on top of that, I feel like a lot of 24, 25-year-olds are making a lot of money now. I tell you, bro. But I feel like no one doesn't look at where they started from. A lot of people been putting in work from 16, 17, but they're seeing the success at 23, 24. But no one will speak, because they're young. You can make a lot of money young, but it's how early you start your skill set, how early you put in the hard work and the consistency. You know what I'm saying? Your network. I feel like overall, you should literally just look in, tap in, and just move forward, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's a long-term game still. Everything that you're doing. So
it's a marathon, man.
It's a marathon.
100%. And I feel like building on that as well, like when it comes to wealth and building wealth, I feel like, you know, how can I say this? It's not that difficult to accumulate money nowadays in 2022 in the climate of things. However, how able are you to maintain that? Do you know what I mean? You see people our age, Gen Zs, like everyone seems to be in Dubai living it up, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you're doing that now, but can you maintain that? Do you know what I mean? And when you put on the long-term lens now, 3 years plus, are you still able to live the same lifestyle? Do you know what I mean? Like 100%. Living within your means is crucial. Like me, I wouldn't like to use the word humble because we looked into that the other week, but I'll just say that I like to live well within my means. There's rice at home. My rice tastes nice because I cook it such. Do you know what I mean? So like, I'm not really fussed. I'll be so real. Like, I feel like there's a bit more pressure in today's society, especially as us as black men, to hold up this certain, I have to be in a Dior thing, I have to be wearing this, etc, etc. Yeah, but for me, I live within my means. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to impress no one. I don't, even though there's pressures, I'm not susceptible to feeling those pressures because it's not helping me trying to look good and hurt my bank account trying to look good for you. And you don't even care like that. Do you know what I mean?
Strong, 100%. Fully agree with that. There's nothing else to say after that. Alright, cool.
Strong.
Alright, cool. What I'm gonna touch on now is middleman, being a middleman. Do you get me? Yeah. Alright, cool. So we've spoken about money, generating assets, divide your money, putting it into different accounts and whatnot. So what do you reckon about becoming a middleman? Like,
for me personally, middleman is the you being a shadow.
Yeah.
I'm saying you being that right hand man, you're actually not taking on the full responsibilities as a CEO. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways to be a middleman. You can be, for example, a property sourcer. You're knowing what investors are doing, so you're actually saving time and financials. You becoming a property investor first, then actually a sourcer. You know what I'm saying? Same as a estate agent, same as Amazon. Amazon's the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Have you heard the saying? It's not about being the best mall in the store, best store in the mall. It's about being the mall where the best stores are at. You know what I'm saying? Amazon, they don't own, they control. That's what I said at the start. Assets you don't always own. You control at the same time. Them. You know what I'm saying? And that's a middleman. They have no responsibilities. Like, you don't actually own it. You know what I'm saying? So I think middleman, you can learn, create a game plan. That's something for me. You know what I'm saying? In a property game, being a property negotiator, I understand where the floors are going. You know what I'm saying? I understand the market, when to buy, when to sell. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, having a long-term plan. What can I get out of it? What network can I go through? You know what I'm saying? So being a middleman, you can understand all the responsibilities of what the boss does. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to be an employee before the employer. You know what I'm saying? 100. Understand the rules going forward. So I think a middleman, I feel like rushing to become a CEO, you're gonna make more mistakes than actually being the middleman. You know what I'm saying? Being a middleman, you will understand, alright, cool, this is what I need to do. This is what he's gone wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's not about just looking at the successful people and what the best things they do. You know what I'm saying? It's about understanding, alright, cool, what things can I actually learn from that they've done worse? You know what I'm saying? What can I skip over that bridge and be like, alright, cool, this is what they've done wrong. I'm gonna go this direction. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like middleman is the best opportunity to just be that shadow to understand where the big boys are going. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like as a middleman, it's good as well because you don't have the responsibilities as a CEO. Do you get me? As a CEO, you're in control of all of this whole operation. Do you get me? Your employees, the stock that you've got in, no matter what industry you're in, you're responsible for that. Do you get me? But as a middleman, it's like you get the benefits of shadowing the CEO, but you're not directly responsible for it. Do you get me? I would like to be a middleman, but I try to avoid middlemen myself in terms of business.
You saying fuck the middleman?
Fuck the middleman, like Nipsey says. Do you get me?
Become one. You know what I'm saying?
Become one, but I know like how I conduct business on a day-to-day, even with Trendset, I try to avoid that middleman as much as possible. Do you know why? Because that middleman, he's like a barrier between you and your customer. He's an obstacle. Do you get me? Or not really an obstacle because he helps you get to your end goal, but by him helping you, you have to pay him. Do you get me?
But so the middleman, that's where the money's at, reselling, bro.
Yeah. You know that's what I'm saying. So
that's where the money's at, bro. I'll take that for free.
Yeah, 100%. You being a middleman is good for you, but for business, on a business point of view, having a middleman there, it's like there's a barrier. Do you get me?
Ownership.
Do you get what I mean?
No, I agree.
And it holds you back in terms of, obviously you have to pay this middleman now, or sometimes it may prevent you from getting what you want quick enough. Do you get me? Because that middleman, you got to speak to the middleman has to speak to the end consumer. Do you get me? So that's what I would say. Still,
I've got a spanner. I agree, innit? I'm just listening in it because it's interesting picking up from what you guys are saying. I definitely do agree, but I got a spanner in the works. I want to go on a divergent. Do you think that black people are playing catch up in generating wealth
right now?
No. Why not?
Personally, there's as much opportunities with other cultures right now.
Okay, let me be a bit more specific here before we get. Do you think that black people are playing catch up in building generational wealth?
Yes.
Oh.
Do you want to go forward?
Jump in.
Alright, cool. I think we're playing catch up due to education. I feel like we're taught to show off before we actually make it. You know what I'm saying? That puts us back. We're not educating. I put it like this. I personally think the black community overall, we look at role models. We don't have a blueprint. You know what I'm saying? The Asian community, like the Patels and that, them not have blueprints, them not have roles. So, alright, cool, you're going to uni for this to play that role. You know what I'm saying? You got Moolies, they're millionaires, bruv. You got corner shops, they're big cultures, big families together. I feel like the black community, we just want to be big as one. You know what I'm saying? As in like individually, cool. I'm that boss, you're the boss. We're not together. You know what I'm saying? We don't like to partner together. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we look into role models. We want to be that musician, but not everyone can be a musician. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone can be that rapper, but we want to live that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And then it's back end. But if you become like, I don't know, other ways, you can just obviously push forward in it. But yeah, man, I think just overall role models is all good, but not all our role models are actually dropping them gems for the young people to blow. You know what I'm saying? We're creating opportunities, like I see Stormzy creating opportunities for university, you know what I'm saying? But there's gems in taxes, you know what I'm saying? There's gems in credit, but we ain't talking about that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's me personally.
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to education still, because I know me personally growing up, like I weren't necessarily taught financial independence or financial freedom. Do you get me? I just saw my mum and my dad or whatever going to work. Do you get me? They're making the money and then they're paying for the monthly expenses. You get me? But they're not really breaking down to me like what to do with my money now. Do you get me? Whereas maybe in an Asian community or an Asian family, it's like they all stay within the same house. If you notice, they'll have one big house with bare people inside.
But we don't want to do that. We want to own everything. We don't want to be that.
We want to be the breadwinner.
Yeah, we just want to.
I want to buy you a house and buy me a house and buy you a house.
Nah, bro, we can grow together. But that growth is just broken. It's broken, innit? You know what I'm saying? And it takes us young people to make the moves, make that generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like there's a switch that's gonna happen, especially with the social media era. Like even what we're doing now, like the gems that we're dropping, people are picking this up. Do you get me? So I feel like that education's gonna come in where a lot of people start to realize that there's a different way of doing things, rather than just, not to say there's anything wrong with a 9 to 5, but there's other ways of generating wealth and producing assets. Do you get me? It's not all about you individually. It's like what you can build around it. Do you disagree?
Not that I disagree, but let me come back to that point, where it's like, to answer the question, in my opinion, it's like I feel like black people don't have a sense of community when it comes to building wealth. Like how you said, like you know, you look at different communities, like the Jewish community, the Asian community, for example, that it's all in house, you know. But with black people, I don't really feel like the money goes within the community for that long. Do you know what I mean? And there's an article that I read a couple of weeks ago. Don't quote me on this, but it was like in the Jewish community, money stays in the community for about 3 months. So that's like, say we're all Jewish now, you're the local baker, you're the local mechanic, I'm paying money between the two. In the Asian community, and I think it's like, it might be 6 weeks. In the white community, it's like a week and a half, and in the black community, it's like 8 hours. Do you know what I mean? Just goes to show, crazy, like, as black people, we get our money. I've got my income, like we were talking about earlier on in the episode, and then when I need a plumber, I'm not shouting a black plumber. Do you know what I mean? Or then when I need
Let's even take it on the deeper level, like even like hair and beauty stores. 90% of the time, 90%
we're the biggest consumers, bro.
100%.
The biggest consumers, bro. If we own, it's a wrap, bro.
I'm saying like 90% of the time, if you go into any of these shops, you'll see mainly black people. But behind the counter, you're going to see Asian people. Why is that? We're the main consumer? Why don't we have our own stores?
Facts. We're going to get back to that, but just to answer your question previously, because I would like to answer that. It's not that I disagree with your point about black people generating wealth in this climate, 2022, social media money, MMO and all that stuff. But I just feel like there's a difference between making money and like building generational wealth. And I feel like in 2022, people are able to generate wealth a lot quicker because of the internet, because of all these side hustles, you know, stuff that's coming on. But I worry that as a community, are we going to use that money to build generational wealth now?
So that's what I'm saying, where the education comes in. That's a different thing, you know. That's what I'm saying, where the education comes in. So even what we're doing now, and there's bare different people out there in the world that's dropping these type of financial gems, you get what I mean? So that's why I feel like a switch is going to come where people are starting to pick up on these money principles, not necessarily going out there to make money, but what do I do with this money now that I have it? Do you get what I mean?
It's the blueprint, man. I think we're now dropping the like earn your leisure, we're dropping the actual blueprint for us to win. It's up to you if you want to apply the information to change your situation, or you can be like, alright, cool, I just make my money, show off what I have, let me just get a high salary. It's not wrong with getting a high salary, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're just gonna get taxed heavy, bro. We're not talking about the taxes, we'll talk about I'm making 80k but you're really paying 40% in taxes, you know what I'm saying? So it's just overall. Just
to jump in there quickly, guys, if you're liking this episode, like, comment and subscribe. We interact with everybody, so make sure you're in them comments, man, for real, and make sure you're subscribing. But back to what you were saying, Elijah, that's strong, man. And another way I want to take this conversation is what we were saying about like black people actually owning. So let's talk about hair and them type of stuff now. Why don't black people own? We're the biggest consumers, like you said, so let's talk about that.
That's a good question. Why don't we own? I feel like we just want to. I can't even really answer that question. I'll be honest. There's so much to it, bro.
There's bare to it, but something that just came to my mind is like customer service. Yeah, like imagine this. You see when you go to a Caribbean shop now, you go in there, you ask for a fried chicken or mac and cheese. You have that. It's that simple. Do you get me? But it's like those small little things. They count for a lot. Do you get me? Like the small things like customer service or just the way that you present yourself. It's mad because you can go into a Caribbean shop and ask for something, and the way they're treating you is like you're not even paying them to get the food now. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like it's small things like that.
I hear your point, but I disagree because I feel like, although that's a very prominent example, you know, a lot of Caribbean shops, you know what I mean, just, we already know what it is. However, I feel like black people are not the only people who just lack 100%. Good manners in stores. I know you're not saying that, but do you know what I mean? I feel like that's happening regardless. Whether you go to a Nisa and Bossman's being rude, you're still gonna buy, but you're like, oh, why is Bossman moving like that today? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I feel like when it comes to black people being consumers, I feel like that's because of past brainwashing. I feel like we've been set up to idolize certain things that in the common economy almost doesn't hold weight. We grow up and we're like, what I mean is like we grew up and like, I want to be like the biggest footballer, I want to be like the biggest rapper, but no one's saying you want to be the biggest banker, no one's saying you want to be the biggest tax professional, no one's saying you want to be the biggest doctor.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's the role models. What we want to do to make it out the hood is either a footballer or the entertainment field.
See what I'm trying to say?
We don't want to be we need plumbers out here, you know what I'm saying? We need actual, no, it's true though, we need plumbers.
Get out of the booth and get to the
be an artist. Not gonna be an artist, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, not everyone can be one, but there's other skill sets. You got Amazon FBA, you got dropshipping, you know what I'm saying? But you got hair, you got lashes. There's so much different ways to make a lot of money now, but it's just like I said,
programming, bro, because you gotta understand, as we're growing up from being kids, we're not seeing this stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like how you said, why do you think that so many people in the Asian community I want to be a doctor, because they're already getting brainwashed. Do you know what I mean? From the time they were 7, their dad's telling them about, oh, look at how much the potential here, or look what you could do here. I'm assuming because I'm obviously not part of that community, but from the outside looking in, that's what I can kind of gauge. Whereas in the black community, which I am in, growing up as a kid, these things you don't even know that kind of career really exists. Do you know what I mean? Then we're not being almost like brainwashed to do positive things like that. Do you know what I mean? To really make a stance in the community. All it is I want to be a baller. I want to be, do you know what I think, a rapper.
It's entertainment, but I think it's more than just making money. It's like, obviously, a lot of people that we're speaking about, they come from backgrounds where they're less privileged. You get what I mean? So I don't feel like it's just about money. It's more about becoming someone. Do you get me? They want to be that footballer so they can show their hood that I've started from here and now I'm on the big stage, I'm playing football. Do you get me? I'm an artist, I'm on a big stage and I'm performing in front of thousands of people. So I feel like because we come from these backgrounds, it's like we also want to show people that I'm someone. Do you get what I mean? Whereas like a banker, they don't really get the credit that they deserve, type of thing. Do you get me? I feel like that's what
I think see me, boy, I'm just gonna have to get into it. See, my opinion on the reason why that black people do a lot of this stuff is PTSD, and everyone's watching and you guys now thinking, why is the guy talking about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder? I'm talking post-traumatic slave disorder. And what that is there's so many things that black people, especially in the Caribbean and South America, you know, the descendants of slaves, we've been doing certain traits that we've learned from our ancestors, aka from the people who were enslaved. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what the Kumbali is? Have you ever heard of that term?
No. I don't go way back in the education at that.
I do. Because I like learning. My tangent, my thing is like, in order for me to be a black man in 2022 and be like a branch, I see myself like a branch, I need to first know where the roots are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I need to know my history for real. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But back onto the point about a Kumbali, the Kumbali was a thing they used to do in slavery, which is where, say in this example, we're all enslaved, and there's a slave master, because the slave master's being mean to me all the time, but he's not being mean to you. What I would do is, because I'm not able to cuss up my slave master because of fear of being killed or whatnot, I would turn that anger and hatred that I have towards the perpetrator to my fellow brother, and now I'm bullying a fellow brother and trying to put a fellow black person down to get out the anger that I feel towards someone else. Do you know what I mean? So what I mean by that is, go fast forward 400 years, now you see that crabs in the bucket mentality. Now you see black people trying to almost distract and bring other black people down. It's that same coon bully mentality. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see you win if I can't win. I don't want to. I'm angry that I can't make it, so I don't want you, Elijah, to make it either. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like we need to understand that there's certain traits that we have and indulge in on a daily basis that we've gotten from slavery, that have been passed down through your great granddad, who's passed it on to your dad and your uncle, who's teaching it to you and your brother. Do you know what I mean?
Strong. That's facts though. So just wrapping it up, like I feel like we're all clued on and clicked on in terms of this money, financial freedom type of thing. So where did this mindset come from? Do you get me? Like individually, where did this mindset come from? Because it's like it weren't necessarily taught to us directly, but we've got it somehow. Do you get me? So
So for me, like you said, I'm gonna go to trust the process, innit, your journey. And I feel like you go through experiences in life to learn certain things, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I got this mindset through network marketing. I did heavy self-development, you know what I'm saying? There's bad sides to network marketing, there's great sides. It's what you take from it and you run from it. Like I said, apply the information.
Run me through what network marketing, because we had this conversation.
Network marketing is like a MLM scheme, you know what I'm saying? Multi-level marketing. You know
That's what I was telling you yesterday.
Forward, and it's like a community, it's a built-in system. It's a great way to start business. It's a built-in system that you join, you know what I'm saying? You recruit other people to grow your business. Pyramid scheme, you know what I'm saying? But what you can learn from it, the foundations, like that's how I knew how to negotiate. I knew how to just have the confidence to speak to people, you know what I'm saying? Have networking skills. You can learn certain things in bad situations, good situations, but for me, like I said, network marketing taught me how to heavy self-development, you know what I'm saying? Like I actually studied like E.T., you know what I'm saying? I studied like Grant Cardone. I studied like Robert Kiyosaki, you know what I'm saying? I've studied Earn Your Leisure. I've studied the heavy people that Dame Dash, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people for me to say, yeah, this is what I want to do. But at the same time, I feel like what we learn for our game plan, back to the game plan, we want to take little bits from everyone and create our own character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think network marketing for me, you know what I'm saying? Network marketing for me, that blew me. So I've just literally just put piece and piece around with it. You know what I'm saying? Property now, killing it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just learn from other situations. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's me personally.
I hear that. What about you? Where did this mindset come from?
For me, I don't really know, to be fair. I would say just looking at my current situation as a kid and wanting more for myself. And again, it's like what we said last episode about you owe it to yourself. It's almost like I always knew that there was more for me, so I had to take my own route rather than following people, because if I follow certain people, they're going to get me to an end destination which I don't want. Do you know what I mean? So it's like taking the necessary steps as I've been getting older to unlearn things I've learned and reprogram my mind into having a high money temperature, reprogram my mind to understand money and have good financial literacy. Do you know what I mean? Because I want more for myself.
Strong. I say my mindset came from just looking at examples. You guys will know that Nipsey Hussle's someone I look up to heavily. Do you get me? So just seeing what he done while he was here and looking at other examples, like you said, the Dame Dashes, the Jay-Z's, the other examples out there. It's like taking bits and pieces from all of these people and then thinking, all right, cool, how can I operate this in my own life now? Do you get me? So I feel like that's where I adopted that mindset from still.
Quick question though, you see the question I had before, what you see that I would say it's not really a money myth, but what do you think? What's your version of having multiple 7 streams of income to become a millionaire? Innit? Like, what's your version on that?
I wouldn't say 7's necessary, because deep, bro, you could have 7 streams of income. I could have one that way outweighs yours. Do you get what I mean? I feel like I don't really feel like it's in terms of how many streams, but it's the value of each stream. Do you get what I mean? I could have 2 income streams. I'll let you jump in a sec.
I wanted to really wrap this one up.
I'll let you jump in a sec.
I get this conversation.
I could have 2 income streams that are very strong. Do you get me? I feel like with 7 income streams is good because you got money coming in from all different parts. But I feel like you're spreading yourself quite thin with 7. Do you get me? I'll be comfortable having 3 solid income streams. Do you get me? 3 solid income streams max. That's what I would say personally. I see the benefit of having 7 though, because it's like, alright, cool, I've got multiple coming from all different directions, but I feel like you're being a master. What's the quote that you say?
Jack of all trade, master of none.
Alright then, exactly, like you're all over the place.
My opinion, I can't lie, I disagree. I hear that and I understand the thought process behind that, because it's like, rather than trying to spread yourself thin on setting up so many different things, just focus on what you got and do it well, kind of thing.
No. I'm not saying to focus on one specific thing. I'm saying, okay, cool. What I said at the start of this episode is having 4 assets. 4 assets: property, business, and stocks. I say that's my 3 core income streams that I'm aiming towards. You get me? But I feel like having 7 now, it's like, how am I meant to put my all into this one project when I'm thinking about 6 other things? Do you get what I mean?
Alright, building on from what you said, and now I know the real definition of what you meant by what you said. I still disagree, because I feel like having 7 streams of income, I don't want to say it's essential, but it's all about diversifying your portfolio. So let's say you're into stocks now, you have a portfolio, yeah. You having multiple levels of or streams of income could be having one stock here in this company, another one here. So now you've got 2, multiple, yeah. And when it comes to your income now, different streams doesn't mean to say that because, you know, I work in media and I have a podcast, that could potentially be 2. Doesn't mean to say now I have to go and be an Uber driver, like that's my 3rd. It could be simply that because I do a podcast, that's 1 stream, and then to diversify that, I can now set up a Patreon, that's 2 streams. Yeah, sure. Then, or if I'm into gym, I can do fitness content, and I can do online fitness coaching, that's 2.
Hear what I'm saying though, yeah? That's cool, but I see them as like sub assets. You get me? You got the main asset, which is the podcast, but underneath that you may have brand deals, or you may have sponsorship.
But that's different streams.
I got a question. Do you think your business you got now, Trendsetter, don't you think it has multiple streams of income?
Yeah, it definitely does. It definitely does.
So just to take back on what you say, I personally think you don't need multiple businesses or different industry businesses of incomes. I feel like you need one business, one income,
and different streams of
and different streams. You know what I'm saying? So you got, for example,
no, but that's not what you said though.
Put it like this. Now run it. Put it like this.
You're saying having 7 different things. That's not what you're saying. Let me land quickly. Because you're saying, yeah, what you said, bro, is having 7 different things. You mentioned being an Uber driver, working in media, doing a podcast.
That's different industries.
That's different industries. Do you get me? So you're gonna be focused on driving your Uber, but then you got to do your podcast, then you got to do your media job. What I'm saying is limit the amount of assets that you have, but in those assets generate assets within that. Do you get me?
Cool. Let me jump on the back of that. Yeah. Bro, you guys heard what I said. That's what I said. So I literally gave an example and I said I don't mean driving an Uber or having 3 across 3 different sections. I said that's when I said about podcasts. So now I do my podcast, that's 1. Then I can do a podcast Patreon, that's 2. Or fitness, I'm in a gym, I do personal training, that's 1. Online sessions, I do diet plans for people, that's 3. That's what I agree. That's what I'm saying.
I disagree with both of you. I feel like you got to focus, follow one course until successful, innit? Name how much Apple, I don't know, devices you have right now.
About 4.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
1 business.
Yeah.
3 streams of income.
Yeah.
Why would you diversify early? It's all about focus. You know what I'm saying? Why would you? It's like hair, bro. You got what? Plucking hair. You got installing hair.
One stream though.
No, it's not one stream. It's one business with multiple streams of income.
I agree.
Because it's a product.
Bro, you're not understanding. Like,
I hear what you're saying.
Bro,
fully.
you can actually become a millionaire or a billionaire. Bro, look at Amazon, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got different streams of income. They got Amazon Prime. They got looking at.
Right.
You got wait. If you go back to Apple, actually, they got Cashflow and they got capital appreciation. Yeah. So you got, for example, you pay what I pay like $4.99 for my iCloud, bro. That's cash flow. You know what I'm saying? But then you got capital appreciation where you got what? The TV, bro. Apple TV. You got the watch. You got the AirPods. iPhone. Mac.
Bro.
That's 6 streams.
Cool.
Bro.
I hear that.
Why would you need to diversify to now stocks? Or you can do stocks, but why would you need to diversify early, bro?
I agree with you. Hear what I'm saying? I agree with you. Cool. I agree with you, but I feel like the product section of business, that's one stream of income.
That's not, bro.
Let me finish. Let me land, bro. Let me land. Right, cool. So let's use Apple as an example. You may have Apple Care, which is when you can go in and fix your products. You've got your actual physical products that you're selling, and let's say you've got repairs now as well, so you have to pay to come and get your phone repaired. I see that as 3 different streams of income.
Bro.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, because I know that each product, your iPhone, the laptop, a MacBook, whatever, those are different products, but I put that into one category of products.
That doesn't make sense. You got to think of, you got to run a system, save yourself stress, time, energy, and money, right? Once you have a system, bro, multiple streams of income, bro, you've got an iPhone, I've got a watch. I've given Steve Jobs 2 income streams, bro.
100.
How much Apple devices does our generation have, bro?
100%. I agree.
Everything,
cool. Let's use
one-stop shop, bro.
That's
what you got to be.
100. Let's use Trendsetter as an example now. I've got hats, t-shirts, hoodies, tracksuits, flipping. I'm gonna bring out boxes now, jackets, So cool. That's 6 different products, But I see them as all one thing. It's a product. Do you get me? I'm selling products. Do you get me?
Cool. So
but then, sorry, I've got a VIT service now, which is a little plug. What I'm gonna start doing, people can pay me a monthly subscription to get early access to drops. I see that as a different income stream now. Do you get me?
One business, multiple streams of income. Why would you have, for example, I see a lot of girls with lashes, hair, all the other
things. I'm saying, I'm agreeing with you though.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. But I feel like our generation, we like to diversify early. You know what I'm saying? You got hair, you got what? Plucking, you got installing, you got extensions, then you got extra streams of income off the length. You know what I'm saying? Then you got boys doing hair, you got that's like how much streams of income. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for our generation, we just gotta chill with just the whole diversifying early and make as much within that skill set.
100.
Do you get where I'm coming
So
from?
back to you then, bro. 7 income streams, is it necessary or not?
I don't know about necessary. Me personally, 7 streams within my one chosen.
Then you're winning. Then you're winning.
That's what I'm saying. But people are pushing the wrong
narrative. We're all on the same page. Then we're all on the same page.
Yeah, finally we did. But I feel like you lot was pushing the wrong narrative of having multiple businesses or multiple different industry incomes and then multiplying it. How would you be able to? Why would you do 3 businesses at once when you can do one and multiply through multiple streams in that one business?
Why? Because you're spreading yourself thinner. Like.
You're not spreading what with the overall.
Yeah, but having bare different businesses.
Yeah, that you're spreading. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said it from the start.
No, he didn't say that.
Is that not
Nah. He said multiple shit. Nah,
he said what I said at the start. I said I don't feel like you should have 7 streams because you're spreading yourself too thin. Did I not say that?
Hear what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't lie. We all have the same point, just different ways of getting to the end point. Innit? No, but there was let me land. There was some miscommunication there, innit? But at the end of the day, multiple streams for one linear thing. Yeah, that's what we're all agreeing on. Yeah, cool. All right. So
just don't go wide. Just advice, and I just see a lot in it. I feel like don't go wide early, go narrow then wide. Innit? Yeah, that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Start for business. Apple did flipping iPhones. You know what I'm saying? They got the MacBook. You know what I'm saying? And they're making cash flow. They're probably buying it. I don't know. This £500 for example. They're probably buying it for 150. They got a high cash flow ratio. You know what I'm saying? That's just one income stream. They got multiple every single year. Do you get where I'm coming from? Then they're pushing the contracts of finance. Then they're pushing the actual outright. That's so much streams of income just in one. You know what I'm saying? Let's not even talk about Amazon. Amazon are owning everything. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the middleman. You know what I'm saying? But overall, I just wanted to push that narrative. I feel like a lot of people are diversing a bit early. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you got to find your business. The game plan is key. You got to really educate yourself in all fields when you get into it. What makes sense long term? Your freedom. You know what I'm saying? It's all about getting your freedom out, but it's about having a strategy. You know what I'm saying? Taking a calculated risk, but at the same time, you got to build a system, have a strong game plan going forward, or you're gonna have one stream of income. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it was good for you to spotlight that narrative change, because I feel like, again, probably because of the things we see on social media, you know, like I said, everyone's in Dubai, everyone's doing A, B and C, everyone's flying out, everyone's got this business, that business and the third. You almost feel like you have to play catch up now because I see Bob down the road who's got 4 different businesses and he's lit on his Snapchat. You know what I mean? Now I must go and start this new business instead of just applying myself 100% to diversifying the income I'm generating from my one business. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is, my eyes, I feel like cash flow, finances told the story of your whole life, innit? You can make 100k or you can make 10 bags a month, right? But if your expenses are 8 grand a month, that's not really good cash flow. It's not healthy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like cash flow is king, bro. Cash flow, you know what I'm saying? You just got overall just look forward and educate yourself in the cash flow region, because once you do that, you can able to reinvest fully. Do you know what I'm saying? Going forward. And if you minimize your margin, then it's hard for you to come at that middle class and actually use your assets to fund your, like I said, lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So
strong, man. Strong. So just before we go into the end session where we talk about gems and stuff, like what we're gonna leave them with quickly, what's your opinion on books? Like, how much has books contributed to the mindset you yield today?
And I want you to drop 3 books so the audience can go out there and get.
Alright, cool. Books is everything, I think, but I feel like people learn differently. You got to learn your learning technique. In my eyes, people can actually do audible books. You know what I'm saying? Reading books, but I feel like the whole education doesn't stop from the actual traditional education. You got to self-educate yourself. I'm in uni now, University of YouTube. Like, I'll be real. I don't think it's for free. You know what I'm saying? But overall, like, I feel like you should just stay educated. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I feel like pushing the books are read is one thing, but like I said, you got to read a certain field and apply the information. It will change your situation. I feel like don't read, learn, then read another whole different industry of it. You know what I'm saying? Without you applying, because a lot of people read bare books. You ask them how much people read Rich Dad Poor Dad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, how much people have applied the information of what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, you got to read. Like, I've been reading from, I think, the last 2 years COVID, I was reading, but now it's applying the information. You know what I'm saying? For the next few years, when I feel like I'm at that stagnant of where I'm looking to go with my game plan, I'll get back into education more. But you got to really get past that applying mode. You know what I'm saying? So I think reading books is essential. I would say Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Financial IQ, The Compound Effect. What's that one that you had? It was the purple book.
Secrets of a Millionaire Mind.
Yeah, that one's hard. Mind Right, Money Right by Ash Cash. You know about Ash Cash?
No.
You need to tap in, man. Earn Your Leisure. Them man are really talking about their gems inside the vault. Yeah, that's real. But yeah, that's the 3 I would suggest around this topic alone. But yeah, man, like I said, secure the bag and stay consistent, man.
Strong.
So
on the way out, what we normally do, we leave the audience with a little gem, something that they can take home and probably apply it right now. Do you get me? So what gem? Well, you go first. So you just mentioned the books. What gem would you leave?
the gem I would lead is that when it comes to your money, you're by yourself, in a sense where, like, don't try and keep up with someone else. You don't know how much someone else is making, and you don't know the expenses another person might have. So simply just look at yourself, your bank balance, and be like, cool, there's no point in me trying to keep up with the Joneses if I can't party like the Joneses.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So that's what I would say. Live within your means as well.
Yeah. What about you, my bro?
Focus, man. Follow one course until successful.
Yeah.
That's me. Just run the play in that type of sense. Take your time. Look at the angles of how long it will take you. I feel like people do a year, but I have the mindset of a uni mindset. It takes me 3 years to get the degree. It takes me 3 years to kind of master that. It may take me longer, but 3 years is my minimum. I'm going for that skill set. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like follow one course until successful. Man.
That's strong.
You know what I'm gonna say? I say it most episodes as my gym. You know what it is? FCHW, bro. That's my blueprint. You're speaking about blueprints. That's my blueprint. Faith, consistency, hard work. I feel like that's the recipe to succeed in whatever you're doing. Do you get me? Apply those 4 things and you're winning. Do you get me? That's what I see.